In the world we're just beginning to understand the miracle of living. Thinking I was afraid of life, but I'm not afraid anymore. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the actual first real episode of the Zella Bella Show. I have one of my most favorite people in the whole world, one of the most magical people on the whole planet. She is an artist, she is my soul sister, and she is funny as shit, and I love her. And this is Torie, and she's in the house.
And we're ready to make some chili.
You love chili?
I love chili. I can't think of a time when I didn't love chili.
Should we just cook?
I'm ready. Let's make some chili.
Torie, have you ever cut an onion before in your life?
Have I ever? Yes.
Torie, do you feel like this is your show? Just almost kicked me out of my own kitchen.
You know what an onion represents?
No, what?
Layers of the onion.
You mean layers of yourself that you need to pull away slowly but surely so your true, authentic self and soul shines bright through?
Even if that means others can't see that your layer's peeling, you know it's peeling and you know it's right for you, right?
Yeah. You know what? I actually had this really profound...
So how you cut an onion? So you cut the bottom part first and you hold it...
No. Well, you can do it any way you want. You want me to show you?
Yeah.
You want to keep actually that part on, so now you actually can't do it the way that I would show you.
I thought you take that part off because it's like a little round.
What you want to do is when you cut it, it keeps the whole thing together.
Over my shoulder.
And we can't really do it the way that I was going to show it, so you can just cut it up. Just cut it up.
Do you want it chopped?
Sure.
Here we go. So this is me cutting an onion. Back to you, Zella Bella.
No, you're doing great. I'm watching this and I want to make sure you don't hurt yourself, so I want to stay quiet so you can focus.
Now you want them finely chopped, right?
No, that's good.
I call this
look at her go.
the seesaw.
Oh. That's fine.
You take your knife and you go like that.
Torie, we're good.
Well, you want them finely?
No, stop!
Got a little carried away there.
She just...
You know I'm going to start to cry. Now, why do onions make you cry? You know why?
Nope.
Because you're cutting the layers. You're getting to the core of who you are.
This is a poblano.
I was going to say that.
This is a poblano, and what we're going to do is we're going to roast a poblano. Have you ever roasted a poblano?
I have never roasted a poblano.
Don't be shy. It's like having your annoying younger sister around. Oh my god, you're not annoying. So in order to roast this chili, I have it on high, and then I'm just going to literally leave it there.
Okay.
In about a minute and a half, and we're going to be flipping it over a little bit longer because I want all of it kind of charred on one side.
So you just literally put this on the fire.
Yep.
So it blackens.
Yep. Oh, that's almost blackened, a little bit longer. So you see how nice
it's gorgeous. Really, did you get a shot of that?
It's like black.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's perfectly blackened, but still a dark brown. It's not charred to char. Is that correct?
I'm just amazed. You're just so talkative and ready to go. Since this is already blackened, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in a sealed container, and the steam is going to further cook it. So we're going to leave this for about 10 minutes.
Would you say it's like blanching it?
No.
I wanted a cooking term.
Torie really wants to do this part. I'm not exactly sure why. Torie, why is it that you just grabbed the knife and said, I want to do this?
Because I love watching butter melt. Because it's something that is solid state now, and it will become liquid. And we have to remember, we're just souls in a body. We think we're solid state, but we're going to become liquid one day. Yep. Oh, see that's the beauty.
There's some really cool things in there. Like, what do you see? I see little islands. I see a peacock.
I see a peacock.
You saw the peacock? Oh,
I see an angel.
Bird.
Do you see the dragon with the wings? Look at how beautiful that is.
Okay, we're going to turn it down because we don't want to burn the butter.
So what are you holding now?
I'm adding a little olive oil. I just tend to mix my butter and olive oil. I just do that. Torie loves to cook. Wait, Torie, let me ask you a question.
Yeah?
How often do you cook?
I have not really cooked. I'd love to learn.
I would love to teach you.
Cooking is something that I haven't done, and I'm here to break the cooking cherry. So I want to know what's happening to the onions right now.
So right now, we are going to just slowly cook the onions.
Zella de Bella is a cooking show about being intuitive. We're not looking at any recipe. We're just doing.
Correct.
This is incredible.
I've never looked at a recipe with this. Not with chili.
You just get the ingredient list and you go.
Yeah, because once you learn that a lot of basic recipes, especially stews, start with fat and onions slowly cooking because these are going to get sweeter. You learn kind of some fundamental things that then allow you to like play and make a bunch of stuff. And you don't have to follow any recipe. You just get to kind of feel into it. This is tomato paste, or what I sometimes use to put all over my face when I want to look like a tomato.
You don't brush your teeth with it.
For those who need it, it was about, I guess, it was a little less than a tablespoon.
Myrrh Glen.
And now, what I'm gonna do is we are gonna start adding some of the spices.
Oh my God, I wish our viewers could smell this. It's like a warm hug.
She's so good, a warm hug.
Yeah.
Onions cooking slowly is such a warm hug. She's so good. Just adding a little salt.
Are you feeling it?
I'm gonna add salt throughout making this. And what I love about this is we're gonna add spices, taste. I'm in love with spices. They're one of my most favorite things in the whole world, especially chilies. We have so many to choose from here. I often use like all of them, but again, I don't measure things out. But I will start with the ancho chili powder. And I will use the most of this. This is kind of like the biggest note. And the rest we're just gonna add.
It kind of smells like a tea. Yeah, it has like a Earl Grey undertone.
This is gonna be about like 1 tablespoon-ish, a little more than 1 tablespoon. That's the first one going in, and I'm turning this down. Now, my next favorite ingredient in chili is cumin. Cumin.
It's got a kick to it.
It's warming, and again, just kind of, we'll start with that. Okay, so the cumin now, and by the way, I just turned the onions down to more of a low as I slowly am adding all these spices.
It smells so delicious. It already smells like meat, and there's no meat in it.
And we're gonna do a little coriander. Coriander and cumin are my 2 favorite spices. So I'm gonna start with that. We're gonna add chilies and things as we go, but because I make chili a little bit different every time, but right now I'm just feeling like I wanna put the meat in. So we're putting the meat in. This is actually Wagyu grass-fed, hormone-free meat. And we're doing about 1.5 pounds.
So what are you doing now?
I'm thinking about how hard sometimes the show feels to do.
No, I want to know what you're doing with the meat. Why are you folding it like that?
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I felt like the spices were already nicely cooked, even though we're going to add more. And what I want to do is I want to slightly now cook the meat. This is going to slow cook for a couple hours. We're just breaking up the meat and mixing it in with the onions and just beginning to cook it a little bit. And while this cooks for a little bit, I'm gonna also start to add even some more spices.
This interests me. Chipotle chile flake.
Chipotle has a very distinct flavor once you add it.
It's not too overpowering.
Okay, so
oh my God, I don't know the name. Guajile.
Guajile chile. I'm adding the guajile chiles. Torie, we're playing with these different chilies too. Like, so we have guajiles in there, and this is a pasilla negro, and this is a mulatto, and this is a pasilla Oaxaca. And no, don't lick the chili and
it was
put
hot.
it back.
It was hot.
Did you lick the chili?
I didn't lick the chili. No.
Did she lick the chili?
No, I wanted the essence of it.
She licked the chili.
I didn't lick the chili.
Okay. We're just going to do 1. I think that's enough chilies. We're just going to do 1. You can't do this wrong. We're just playing. We're adding whatever spices we want. It's meat. It's onions. I'm going to also add a little cayenne.
That's not a little, that's a lot.
Not for me, because I'm a spicy mama. And this is a great ingredient to add. But this is so strong, you only want a little bit. You definitely only want a little bit of cloves.
That's a lot.
Chow is our camera woman.
You may recognize Chow Dan from Hot Pot.
Hot pot episode. What's this episode called? Chile con carne.
making chili. Okay, also these came from my garden. These are our bowls, So I'm gonna add a couple of these, and I'm actually gonna just take off the green. So this is a Serrano chili, and as you're noticing, we're putting all kinds of chilies in here. I'm gonna do a little jalapeno. Okay, so jalapenos, serranos, guajiles. I think it's a Oaxaca Pasillo Oaxaca. I have these red ones from my garden, the arbols. They're all in there. I just got intuitively garlic.
I think it is a chili show because we have green chili, brown chili, red chili, so different color of chili. That's chili show.
Okay, so we have all that stuff in there. And I'm totally going with intuition now. Whatever pops in my head, I go with it. More salt. And 1 bottle of beer.
Oh.
Does this cook out the alcohol? Is that right?
Yeah. The alcohol completely evaporates.
So why beer, Zella Brooke DeBella?
Well, you could add wine, but then it would be a different situation. You could add tomato broth. You could add a combination, which I sometimes do, of canned tomato juice and beer. I'm experimenting today with the tomato paste. You want to taste it, by the way? You can.
I'm gonna let it cook a little longer.
No, because
I want to smell it. I just want to smell it.
Wait for the alcohol.
It smells like a hot guy in a bar. You have the undertones of the beer, but it smells so soothing you want to walk into it, but the beer makes it like there's a party going on.
But this is a very important process, what you see going on. I'm tasting, I'm smelling. We have our chili here. The next thing we're gonna do is you're just gonna take the skin off.
Because it steamed itself.
Exactly. I had to rinse out the seeds, right? And then we're just gonna cut this up. So we're adding now, right? So this has just like a whole bunch of chilies, but it's super easy, right?
It's a melting pot.
It's a melting pot of chilies and meat and onions. And we did add that garlic and...
Is there a name you want to give this? A persona?
No. Oh.
That's what friends are for. Well, we have the spirit of John Muir here, and it says, when we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hitched to everything else in the universe.
Aw, you mean we're all connected?
Yeah, it's right here on your tomato paste.
Wow.
How is it?
The spices are fantastic. It needs more salt, but it's divine. We're gonna add more salt. I'm also gonna add a tad more tomato paste. But do you see how you go through this and you just kind of, it talks to you. You can kind of, what do I crave more of? It's like feeling into that's how it's playful for me. It's like music that way. Pepper. So I'm adding a little bit more spice. I really like things spicy. I like really spicy chili. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna leave this for about a half hour and just let it cook and let more of the spices start to diffuse through the chili, and then I'm gonna taste it again and then see if it needs anything more.
Oh, good.
Good? Tasty?
Wow. It's got a kick to it, but it's not enough to make your tongue want to jump out of your mouth.
I'm gonna add just a tad of super, this is a little red wine vinegar. Just a couple drops, because vinegar really brings out the flavor. Any kind of acid, right? Any kind of acid, lemon. Because you're looking for also a balance always of things. But the vinegar gives it a tad of a pop. You want to taste how the vinegar affected it? Because you will be able to taste the difference. It gives it a...
Sure, I'm going to reuse the spoon.
It brings out a little bit more of the color in something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. It's like a varnish on a painting.
I knew you were going to... Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
You know what?
And you just put 3 drops.
It makes it pop. Should we leave it for a little bit?
You could eat this for breakfast even.
I do eat it for breakfast.
So you let it cook?
Yeah, we're just going to leave it
you
now
put this
for
on?
about an hour. Put it on.
It is so good. It's chili for the soul. It's so good. It just melts in your mouth. That is the best damn chili that I've ever had.